It's becoming more and more difficult to ignore the mountain of science that is suggesting that the current model is largely obsolete apart from emergency management. And so what we have done is take emergency management and apply it to chronic care, and this is why half of Americans are taking prescriptions and still feeling unwell. What I like to, imagine is happening is that there's a grassroots interest in a very different type of medicine, and this interest will drive and attract healers and clinicians and doctors who can provide the type of healing relationship that people are asking for, which is, please look at me as a whole human in my entire life, relating to other humans and the environment and my own lifestyle. Experience me holistically so that you can help me personally.
萬里豔陽斜照，心興奮怎麼遮掩？回味撞人無數，天真的可愛笑臉，沒有了困倦煩惱，拋走了世俗負累，來共聚於此刻歌聲裏，譜出溫馨美妙，多動人尋夢調，傾出光輝歲月，翻起了生命浪潮，燃亮熱熾鬥志，彷彿勁草於急風，盡興於風中蹦蹦跳。願你我珍惜一分一秒，問哪裏永沒爭鬥，問哪裏永沒污染，願看見美麗天空星光閃。誰沒趣百事囉嗦，受着臉説話多多，寧願每一天開開心心過，無謂怕講一聲 I love you。萬里豔陽斜照，心興奮怎麼遮掩？回味撞人無數，天真的可愛笑臉，沒有了困倦煩惱，拋走了世俗負累，來共聚於此刻歌聲裏，譜出溫馨美妙，多動人尋夢調，傾出光輝歲月，翻起了生命浪潮，燃亮熱熾鬥志，彷彿勁草於急風，盡興於風中蹦蹦跳。願你我珍惜一分一秒，問哪裏永沒爭鬥，問哪裏永沒污染，願看見美麗天空星光閃。誰沒趣百事囉嗦，受着臉説話多多，寧願每一天開開心心過，無謂怕講一聲 I love you。在這裏永沒爭鬥，在這裏永沒污染，願看見美麗天空星光閃。誰沒趣百事囉嗦，受着臉説話多多，寧願每一天開開心心過，無謂怕講一聲 I love you， 讓愛心裏漫着光輝照。
Craniosacral therapy was developed by Dr. John Upger. He was a DO. He actually just passed away a few years ago. He actually started in a lot of the quote unquote mental facilities because these were people that had dropped off their loved ones or they were put into a home, a long-term care situation because their parents or family members couldn't take care of them. And so these people had no hope of getting better other than the medications being used. So he actually went in and treated these patients and kind of used it as a model, if you will. So some of the first patients that were given craniosacral therapy by him were children with autism. So I always found that very fascinating. The craniosacral system is made up of three things: the cranial bones, the cerebrospinal fluid, and the membrane. So those are the things that I would be working on with a patient that was being treated craniosacral. So the autonomic nervous system is made up of your sympathetic, which is your fight or flight. So these are common signs of symptoms of autonomic nervous system dysfunction. So obviously children aren't coming in with some of these, but obviously this isn't a therapy just for children. I do take adult patients But CST is a really gentle hands-on technique. As you can see, I have my hands on his head, and I'm using the very, very tiniest of weight. They say the weight of a nickel. That's the way to determine it, but that is how light of a touch you're using. So your practitioner would place their hands on the cranial bones and monitor the rhythm that we were just talking about. And those locations go all over the head. I usually start in the pelvis and I work my way up to the head. I'm not pushing, I'm not pulling, I'm not forcing. The babies and children should never be in pain. The treatment is really aimed at working on the membranes. Although we're feeling the bones are, like I said, the handles, right? What I'm really trying to get at is that tissue, that membrane tissue, to help improve the flow and exchange of fluids, those fluids being the cerebral spinal fluid. So this is not about realigning cranial bones. That's not what we're doing here. We're not doing osteopathic manipulation. The baby I'm working on this picture was 6 weeks premature. You can see how tiny he is. I mean, Mom brought him to me. He was probably right out of the hospital as soon as she could get him to me. Birth process can be a big reason why restrictions exist. So there is so much that can be done in infancy. And I would always tell a parent, get help as soon as you can. The longer you wait, the more time it's going to take to fix the problem. It's never really too late. But if your baby has reflux, this is something that can be alleviated in probably 3 weeks. Versus keeping them on a medication for 6 months to 12 months. If you have restrictions in these cranial bones from the birthing process, it will stop growth in certain parts of the brain. So there are correlations to development there. So when these are not corrected, lots of things can happen. You can have chronic ear infections. You can have chronic sinus infections. I have kids that have, quote, they've always been congested their whole life. Well, that's usually just a cranial restriction. And then you have it being more serious. Kids with speech delays, kids with problems with writing, listening, comprehension, hearing. Those are all fair game here. So how would you know as a parent that your child is suffering? How do I know I have to call someone? How do I know I have to get help? Feeding problems are a big one. Latching issues, what I call a lazy feeder. So they'll feed for a little while and then they'll just stop. Or they'll fall asleep, or they'll start screaming. And that is pain, guys. All that is pain. If their latch is bad, there's bones in the roof of your mouth that can be stuck that you can easily get rid of and have them latching and sucking better. Also, those kids will also have really sensitive gag reflexes. So the reflux actually might be their suck swallow reflex isn't working well. So they're not able to take in the amount of milk being given, whether that's breastfed or bottle fed. And so they'll choke and spit up, and we call that reflux, but it's really not reflux. Abdominal bloating, constipation or diarrhea, dark or light intolerance, troubles with sleep, reflux. Tugging their legs up is a big one. These are the kids that are always kind of in a ball. They're never floppy and relaxed like they should be. They'll also fist their hands and pull them in. Parents might have trouble dressing them. So if you're trying to dress the baby or change their diaper or put a shirt on and you just can't get their arms to come out, it's because that is a pain behavior. So it's really something you want to be watching for. Of course, decreased range of motion. They'll turn to the right, or they won't turn to the left, or they'll breastfeed on the right, but they have a really hard time doing it on the left. So we want to make sure that they're breastfeeding equally and on both sides for the same amount of time, because that's an indication that they're uncomfortable. And then, of course, colic. Here are the cranial bones. So the kids, all you'll need to bring to an appointment is like something to distract them. But getting a kid to sit still for 30 minutes is very, very difficult. And often parents will say, I don't know how you get them to sit still for 30 minutes. And the truth is they like it. They know I'm helping. They know it's working. They know they feel better. And I have most of my kids in my practice are nonverbal. CSF, again, I wanted to give you the purpose of it. This is a bigger picture of what I already showed you. But it's really important because it delivers nutrients, oxygen, hormones, neurotransmitters, and it transports waste and toxins away. Kids, they can walk outside and they're exposed to toxins. But that's on top of the bad eating, the medications, the vaccinations, all the other stuff that they're getting. We need to make sure that they're getting enough nutrients spread throughout their body. So this is really, really important. We just talked about create restrictions. And I always say, what does it feel to a child? The restrictions feel like, I think they feel like pressure, like a headache. I also feel like it's like I'm lighter, like I'm physically lighter when I have it done. It can help with anxiety with children. It can help with sensory processing issues. It helps their body just relieve the things that they don't know how to relieve or cannot relieve leave on their own. So parents often ask me, well, how do you get these restrictions in the first place? Are they just, as every kid just born with them? These are the most common ways that I can describe to parents, all no-brainers. The earlier, the better. Obviously, the earlier you get it, the less of less the symptoms you'll see. According to the autism spectrum disorders are related in part to a loss of flexibility and inflammation of the membrane. What we know. So we know that with autism, we have increased levels of pro-inflammatory cytokines. We've got inflammation changes in the cerebral spinal fluid per Johns Hopkins, which did a study on kids with autism. We know that there's restrictive forces on the brain tissue, and that strain that we've talked about, or those restrictions that we've talked about, can help the brain in development. So the reason, it's not like craniosacral therapy is going to make a kid who wasn't talking before talk. It's that if my speech centers in the brain are restricted by these restrictions and the cranial bones on top of those speech centers aren't moving correctly, it can help free up the transmissions to work better. This is the colored, the nice pretty one that's heavily marked up there. This is how your brain is broken down to what its functions are. Is development impaired? So, like I said, development can be impaired in the portion of the brain that has restrictions. Is it ever too late to get craniosacral? Absolutely not. So here are the benefits. So as far as behavior goes, it's been shown to help with calming and being more relaxed by decreasing that structural strain and putting them into that parasympathetic that we talked about. And when these things are balanced in the tissue, then your brain can move that cerebral spinal fluid around and flush toxins out, which is really desperately needed for any and all of us, let alone children. So obviously it's going to increase those neural pathways, right? Because that tissue is not wrinkled. So all of the nerves that puncture through there are going to puncture through there with no traffic, able to get to exactly where they need to get. And then craniosacral by nature helps the immune system as its natural healing mechanism because it helps flush out toxins and helps open up all lymphatics. So it's fantastic for that. And of course, normalizing the nervous system. Indications for craniosacral. So these are the things as a parent, if you have struggled with or are currently struggling with any of these, you need to get some help. Just know that this may not answer, this is not necessarily going to be the end all be all, right, for a kid with ADD.
一個人在路途上，一生多少悲與傷，成敗得失不必多問，只管望着前路覓理想。我要摘那星，孤單靜影都不怕驚，管他應與不應。7分熱誠加3分衝勁，任旁人罵我不清醒，獻我青春立地頂天，何妨夢更長。我縱使坎坷要立志高飛，為世人延續希冀，獻我青春立地頂天，何妨夢更長。我縱使坎坷，也要立志高飛，為世人延續希冀。加3分衝勁，任旁人罵我不清 頂天，何況夢更長。我縱使坎坷，要立志高飛，為世人延續希冀。我縱使坎坷，要立志高飛，為世人延續希冀。
心曾經關上，再打開了。天曾灰灰暗，再漸見光亮。抬頭天際無盡，遙望再現遠景，用心讚美，用愛讚頌。手曾垂低遮頭，再舉起歌唱，腿曾發酸抖震，再為你起步，前望心意堅定，提步窄路再
追夢啦，佢有追夢啊，佢嗰次嘅追夢就咁樣。不過佢醒翻嚟唔知係6個鐘頭之後，咁就好咗佢前仆啫，佢就當瞓埋覺咯。咁但係嗰個質素就瞓得好好啦。如果佢後挨就麻煩咯，得唔得？所以就冇上限嘅。簡單講，如果佢身體釋放完咗，當你繼續都係繼續即係維持住嗰個嘅手法，佢身體只係唔 take up 啫嘛。如果你奉行頭先我講嘅做法，我唔係用我嘅力，我係佢嘅頭枕落嚟，我係唔會俾過多嘅。咁呢啲就可能壓住到嘅腦神經啦，因為我哋有12對腦神經啦，其中有啲神經線都係供應我哋面部嘅肌肉啦，等於頭先阿言問面癱就係第7對嘅神經線啦。佢嗰個出口其實都喺耳仔後邊嘅，咁而家阿 Andy 嘅反應咧都大機會咧係嗰個神經線嘅反射嘅釋放咯。咁橈脊牽其實就係一個全脊嘅鬆弛嘅釋放啦。咁落到去唔同嘅節段。唔同嘅神經嘅壓迫都有唔同嘅釋放啦，膊頭嘅可能係頸椎啦，內臟嘅可能就係我哋嗰啲胸椎啦，9肝10膽，第9條胸椎，第10條胸椎嘅神經線就供應肝膽啦，11、12胸椎就係供應我哋嘅腸胃啦。你我走過死蔭幽谷，拋開苦怨指責，控訴離開，以恩典寬恕，愛與信任導我指引。年輕，我像脫韁的馬，隨着世俗放任去奔。年少似沒有可給你停下，以歌讚美你。人生似像去演出戲，隨着歲月變換角色。如今從沒有可給你，能忘以心敬拜你，將心獻做我主，因他永遠也不改變。
主，雖知年華再不返。
將我的心經封神，願意此生此世為你。
盡我的心經封神，願意此生此世盡獻光陰給你奉上。耶穌，我沒有可給你，唯願以一生獻奉你。
咁咪簡單講下咧，我哋啲治療對嘅工人咧，你覺得最大嗰個好處，同埋點解繼續而家都有個心繼續咁遠都搭車出嚟持續住做咧？
係佢睇醫生少咗嘅。
係。
因為其實咧，我開始做嘅時候咧，我做咗3個月到啦，佢係總共即係佢有成8個月係未睇過醫生。
之前係個個月睇醫生。之前
咧係2個幾月、3個月又感冒一次，即係我2-3個月又感冒一次，好暈下嘅有時。咁我喺呢度
開始就8個月都冇睇醫生。
所以第一次做完3個月就8個月真係未睇醫生。咁其實我而家做咗1年啦。係。咁其實我睇嘅醫生係睇咗1次，即係佢病咗。
謝主。
病咗1次咁咯，1次2次。但係其實即係都唔係大病嚟嘅，即係好少問題好翻。
好啦，咁你又要幫下佢祈下禱㗎？係啊。你本身都係基督徒。係啊。嗰樣嘢都係另外一個幫助啦，係咪？我哋一同咧，阿江然祈禱咧，佢就識咗扶到手㗎啦。我哋同媽媽咧一齊祝福你啦，好唔好啊？我哋一齊祝福你，祈禱啊，祈禱先，阿門，阿門，擺低條手跟住先啦，阿門，阿門，我們在天上的父，願人都尊你的名為聖，願你的國降臨，願你的旨意行在地上，如同行在天上。我們日用的飲食，今日賜給我們，免我們的債，如同我們免了人的債，不叫我們遇見試探，救我們脱離兇惡。因為國度、權柄、榮耀，全是阿爸父你的，直到永遠。阿門。感謝主，感謝主。孩子禱告，奉靠我主耶穌基督得聖名字祈求。阿門。阿門。阿門。OK 啦。好啦。嚟，拜拜。 俾我俾我乜嘢啊？食，係啊，俾一江人食，你話食糖，係啊，俾你糖，係啊，啱嗰個俾你講謝係喎，叻仔 ，OK， 好啦，好嘢，叻仔，抌垃圾桶，係喎，好啦，同啱嗰個開燈，係喎，睇個燈掣喺邊度喎？夠唔夠高？1、2、3，喂，幫我開燈。咦，未得，開好啲。OK， 好，我哋嚟嗰度，喺嗰度 attention， 嚟呢度，attention， 唔係咁樣先，望住一個筆先 ，attention， 一上，握手先，握手，做個好朋友 ，give me five，give me ten， 兩隻手先，呢度啊，企定先，兩隻手 ，ten， 拜拜，好，北，食我先 ，OK， 好啦，同媽媽。
讓愛心裏漫着光輝照。
It's Donald Duck, I'm no back. Donald Duck, I'm Kennedy. Donald Duck, I'm Donald.
Oh, okay. You ask the uncle question. 不過我驚你唔記得咧，頭先你係咪頭先你話個背脊直咗係第1分鐘 uncle 北嘅傳聞，你就已經覺得個腰骨直咗啦，個背脊。This is your first time in Uncle Buck's clinic. Where are you from? Where you come from? Wow, so far. 呢隻手，一上係啦，握手先，握手做個望住 Uncle Buck 啊，好朋友 ，give me five， 望住 Uncle Buck 啊，係啊 ，give me ten。望住我，望住 Uncle Buck，係啊 ，give me ten， 係攬下 Uncle Buck 先 ，OK， 拜拜 Uncle Buck 先啦，拜拜，係咩？
講咩？新年講咩啦？
我係
講咩？
拜啦，
大聲啲啊！
要對住個，
講啦！
你幾多歲啊？
幾多歲啊？講啦
！2歲9個月，你恭喜！OK， 跟住煮土文喎。Attention， listen， 唔係呢隻手呢隻喎，呢隻 listen， 握手先，握手，做個望住 Uncle Buck 先，望住 Uncle Buck，做個好朋友 ，give me five，give me ten， 攬下 Uncle Buck 先，係喎，拜拜 Uncle Buck，拜拜。Uncle Buck， 食我先 ，OK， 好啦 ，attention， listen， 你唔好掛住聽歌先啦，朋友，即係我哋好朋友，係咪啊 ？attention，
大家皮好乖乖真係，
坐喺度先 ，listen，
係啦乖仔咯，
listen，
幫人都好叻叻。
握手先，握手 ，give me five， yeah，give me ten。 個筆先，係喎。Attention， 係 attention， yes sir，
yes sir，
呢隻手嘅喎，呢隻手 yes sir， 望住 uncle 筆先 ，yes sir，yes sir， 係啦，咁樣 yes sir， 望住我先，望住 uncle 筆，係啦 ，yes sir，yes sir， 握手，係喎 ，attention， yes sir， give me five。
就像远处的灯火，然而缥缈遥远，当中有微微的光亮，让我继续向前，转身走进地下道，那是公路起来，轻轻弹起了旋律，放声自由唱，这就是我最高表演。
Adults often tell me I have an attachment disorder, but is this what's really going on in my brain?
It is actually only one part of a 7-piece jigsaw puzzle called developmental trauma. If you put this puzzle together, you can understand how my adverse childhood experiences have shaped my emotional world and behaviour you see. But everyone who's part of my world needs to work together to make sure that I have the best chance to heal. This means home, school, therapy and even my doctor needs to work together as a team. If you get this right, my developmental trauma can be repaired.
What most people know, or think they know, about attention deficit disorder, or ADD, is that it's used to describe someone who can't stay focused, and when they really can't focus, they have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. ADD and ADHD are actually synonymous, as in they're the same. ADD is an outdated term used prior to 1987, after which it evolved into ADHD to encompass more of the symptoms that people with ADHD often experience, which, in addition to being inattentive, includes both hyperactivity and impulsiveness. So somebody might be diagnosed with ADHD because they have symptoms related to not being able to pay attention, but they might also be diagnosed with ADHD if they have symptoms related to being overly active and impulsive. They might also have ADHD if they have symptoms of both. According to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders, the 5th edition, the most recent update being in 2013, ADHD is split into 3 subtypes: inattentive, hyperactive impulsive, or both. Inattentive and hyperactive impulsive have a set of 9 symptoms each. For example, someone with the inattentive subtype might make careless mistakes, or not listen, or be easily distracted. And someone with a hyperactivity and impulsive subtype might fidget, or squirm around, or get up from their chair often. Now, you might be thinking that everyone fidgets now and then, right? Well, a diagnosis is given when someone has 6 of the 9 symptoms for either subtype for at least 6 months. Most commonly, though, children have symptoms of both subtypes, and therefore have the combined subtype. Since ADHD is considered a neurodevelopmental disorder, the symptoms also have to have started between age 6 and 12, and the behavior can't be appropriate for their age. Alright, but what causes someone to be hyperactive, or impulsive, or inattentive? Well, as you might guess, it's pretty complicated, and we don't really know. Probably a lot of different factors, and ultimately they all fall into some combination of environmental and genetic factors. Having identical DNA doesn't mean that the twin is definitely going to develop ADHD, though. Now, treatment for ADHD can be tricky, since symptoms might vary from patient to patient, although it most often involves either behavioral psychotherapy, medication, or both. Behavioral psychotherapy is often targeted at children and focuses on teaching the child better time management and organizational skills. Also, involving both parents and teachers are important, and both behavioral parent training and behavioral classroom management have been shown to be helpful for children with ADHD. For adults, behavioral psychotherapy might focus on ways of decreasing distractions, and also improving organizational skills.
Hey there! Welcome to Life Noggin. A lot of people talk about autism, but not everyone understands what it is. Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, affects how people communicate with and relate to others. This isn't the same as being shy or not knowing what to say. Most people with autism don't understand some of the basic social conventions that others take for granted. They might have trouble making eye contact, holding a conversation, or recognizing gestures. And over 1/3 of people with ASD are nonverbal, meaning they don't use speech. Along with communication issues, people with autism often like to follow certain patterns or repeated behaviors. Many have a sensitivity to bright light or loud noises, and others have physical problems like trouble walking or picking up small objects. Some have intellectual disabilities, but about half have average or above average IQs. It's also common for people with autism to have a great long-term memory for certain details, and many excel in math, science, music, or art. With such a wide variety of symptoms, no 2 people with ASD are alike. The behaviors vary so much that they used to be classified as different disorders. One was Asperger's syndrome, where people obsess over particular topics, miss nonverbal social cues, and may not understand appropriate social behavior. In 2013, scientists realized that the boundary between Asperger's syndrome and some of the other disorders was fuzzy, so they decided to put them all under one name. This made it easier to diagnose autism, which is important. The younger someone is diagnosed, the earlier they can get help. In fact, many children who have autism will show signs by just 2 years old, including not responding to their name, avoiding eye contact, and flapping their hands or rocking repeatedly. We've learned that 1 out of every 68 children in the US has the disorder, but they still aren't sure what causes it. Autism is over 4 times more common in boys than girls, and most scientists think genes play a role because it often runs in families. Some people with ASD have abnormal chromosomes, but this can't be the whole story. There are people with the same gene changes who don't have autism. Other possible causes include having older parents, being exposed to high levels of testosterone in the womb, and having complications during pregnancy or birth. It may even have something to do with gut bacteria, since many autistic people have gastrointestinal issues. But most likely it's a combination of many factors. Though no matter why it happens, ASD is being diagnosed at a higher rate every year. This doesn't mean it's becoming more common. It just means more people are aware of the condition and getting diagnosed early. And awareness is crucial. The more we learn about autism, the more we can understand and relate to those who have it. It's important to note that people with ASD deserve the same respect, fairness, and chances that people without ASD receive. This will help people with ASD adapt and grow in our communities.
係突然間喺1個月裏面高2個 cm 咯，咁就因為佢即係呢個係一個我哋 unexpected 嘅，即係嗰個高度係會高咗咯，仲會咁同埋係初其實都覺得佢明顯頭做嗰幾堂咧，都覺得佢高咗㗎，咁但係跟住我哋咪慢咗做啦，即係冇嚟得咁密咧，就停咗啲，咁但係突然間上1個月真係。就1個月裏面高咗2寸咯，唔係2個 cm， 但係其實都已經
太你介紹下。係因為我小朋友咧就有自閉症嘅，咁所以我就去多卡斯嗰度咧做咗幾次治療之後咧，個仔就見到改善咗，咁自己有興趣學，咁所以嚟參加㗎。但係而家做咗之後咧，就即係好快就做到你要求嘅嘢咯。同埋講嘢亦都有改善咯。
你講佢之前做咗3年半嘅針灸，
係啊，
就結果麻麻地嘅。
3年半嘅針灸就唔及3次嘅顱體骨治療，所以我見到嗰3次嘅效果係咁好，咁所以就停咗針灸啦，就情願佢喺顱底骨嗰方面幫佢咯。
咁就而家就學埋諗住幫下小朋友。係啦。
即係睇下會唔會仲改善得好啲，因為日日做會始終都好過1週做1次咁樣。
我就叫 Kelly 啦，咁我個小朋友佢就係有自閉症傾向嘅，咁跟住帶咗去揾咗Uncle Bud 做咗治療啦。
幾大啊？
佢而家5歲10個月，咁而家做咗3個月到啦，好似做咗但係佢做咗2次咧，已經覺得個效應已經好明顯啦，即係佢又唔係佢好曳啦，同埋好個理解方面好比較差，咁但係佢做咗2次啦，佢已經開始講一啲説話係點啊，有文有路啊！
我可以睇佢個名。
有啲乜嘢都試㗎啦，其實我哋呢啲家長就咁針灸就唔得啦，針灸佢直情係恐懼嘅，佢試咗佢就針咗1針啫，咁癲唔係淨係癲㗎，佢淨係發癲咯，嗰個程度係你會覺得就算俾你針到都得不償失嘅，因為佢嗰個癲啊係恐慌嗰種感覺咁樣。咁至於呢個顱脊咧，以前聽過嘅，但冇朋友做過，咁就又唔知痛唔痛啊？你又唔敢第一次，因為見過個女咁，即係佢不嬲都好多時都好癲㗎啦，咁你就唔敢啦。咁但係我就有朋友就去咗喺嗰度做咗啦，咁我就。佢做完翻嚟，我就睇到佢進步，因為佢就比較佢就比較畏縮嘅個小朋友，咁即係成日都縮埋啊，好畏縮，唔敢去面對啲人咁。但係佢做完之後咧，我就見到我同佢去旅行，咁佢就喺個旅遊巴度唱歌，咁同埋佢媽咪就話喺酒樓咧食得夠膽同人講話3位咁樣，又或者好遠咧叫嗰個 waiter 行埋嚟，佢都夠膽咁做，即係呢個係我哋睇到明顯個進步啦，又係做咗好短時間嘅。
阿滔滔就係頭先我講嗰個講英文好靚好準。記得好多嗰啲故事，佢直情係好似啲朗誦故事咁樣講出嚟，但係佢係自己同自己講嘅，好多時不停咁樣自己講嘅。
係啦，咁跟住後尾我就係做咗2次Leanne 我個女啦，做咗2次之後咧，佢講嘅説話已經開始有意思咯，即係會有連貫性同埋有意思咯。啱啱呢個禮拜咧，又有啲即係叻嘅説話出咗嚟咯。我同爸爸咧就喺度有啲爭論嘅嘢啦，唔好講。咁佢就開頭即係唔好嘈啊，即係嗌我哋即係咁樣啦。咁我哋仲繼續喺度爭論，跟住佢望住我咯，佢話：媽咪，你冷靜啲啊！
如果總結，你覺得而家佢最大嘅進步同啱啱即係嚟做第一次治療嘅時候，你會覺得係乜嘢咧？
佢啱啱嚟嗰時，佢仲係即係未醒。一自閉症我哋會覺得佢如果仲係喺自己嘅世界度，佢根本個人都未好似仲喺度呆下發緊夢咁樣咯。但係而家我個感覺佢係醒咗咯，即係一個你會感覺佢係幾正常嘅小朋友咁樣，但係當然佢仲係好。
我身邊呢位朋友就介紹我個仔嚟呢度，即係做呢個腦脊治療啦。咁我而家做咗睇下先個零月，咁其實都幾有進步咯。咁直情係咧，尋日咧佢有一個喺出邊學課外活動嘅老師就同我講，佢話：哇佢話軒軒媽咪，我好開心啊！因為咧佢嗰日咧自己畫完畫咧，跟住舉手啊，問老師啱唔啱？咁樣，即係佢同我講話，佢都好開心，睇到佢突然間好似進步得好快喎咁 that's why 其實我都想喺呢度學咗，可以翻去再幫佢多啲咯。
都係個零月
小朋友，一個17歲，一個就而家8歲啦就嚟。咁佢因為其實佢有專注力不足嘅，咁其實睇咗出邊睇過心理醫生啦，食過精神科藥物啦。咁但係對佢嘅功效都唔得，反而食完精神科藥物之後咧，佢嘅情緒起伏仲比以前仲大咗添，諗唔到咩辦法。咁喺一個偶然嘅機會之下咧，就認識咗多德斯喺呢度啦。咁我就嚟咗。咁
你都係睇網上知道？
唔係，係朋友嘅護士啊嘛。護士啊嘛。係啦。咁嗰個朋友就係話佢自己做護士嘅，咁其實 cranial 呢一樣嘢咧喺美國嗰邊已經係好成熟㗎啦，只係香港呢邊咧係冇人了解。就係因為我覺得都希望可以幫到佢，咁我就上堂啦。咁當我上咗堂之後咧，只係上第一堂嘅，跟住我就好大膽地每一晚幫阿女做1個鐘頭嘅 cranial，1個鐘頭，直至而家係冇停過。咁個功效係非常之大，同埋我而家直頭係完全喺做第一個 course 嘅時間之內咧，我已經係停咗精神科嘅藥物，喺停晒精神科嘅藥物加埋冇再去睇心理醫生嘅情況之下咧，而家係可以，當然唔可以話好似即係都會係會有走嚟走去嘅情況啦，但係就已經係好穩定咯。
佢唔識走嚟走去，唔識走嚟走去就係唔正常㗎啦，係嘛？
即係走嚟走去係啦，同埋
佢走嚟走去打下乒乓波咁，即係好叻添啊！而家打乒乓波。即
係同埋佢唔開心，佢會講俾我聽而家。即係佢。咁
係正常。
佢會抒發咯。
啲人以為有唔開心係唔正常，咁即係好嗰啲真係好唔正常。
即係佢最嚴重嘅情況係會翻到屋企係好唔開心，但係唔會同你講，但係搣爛自己本書，即係成本書俾佢搣爛晒。即係翻到學校，老師問佢：你做咩本書會搞成咁㗎？佢係唔會答老師一個問題咯。咁但係而家個進步非常之大。
佢中間試過有一啲情況咧，就係即係喺屋企講唔肯嚟啦。咁試過係嚟到搭 lift 嘅時候都唔肯入嚟啦。試過嚟個門口入咗嚟，跟住行翻出嚟，企喺個門口呢個閘同埋呢一個玻璃門出。